That's very risky in terms of rating. Adverse audit findings. But if you go to the management level,
not implemented.
pardon? Yes, the one, no, I mean in the management level. Yes, there are adverse audit findings that are very risky. You understand? Yes. Yeah. Those with grade 1.
Grade 1, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we need the implementation with
all those ones, okay.
Yes. Together with the MOU with the Ministry of Finance.
Okay. The MOU the payment plan to GPPC and
yeah, with the Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
And all of the arrangement with the social security.
Okay.
And we expect these things to be presented at the tail end of September.
Okay.
End of September. Huh? 30th September.
Okay. 30th
September. Yes.
2022.
2022.
Okay. The advanced findings, the MOU with Minister of Finance and the payment plan with Social Security.
Yes. We also, if there could be, we also are interested to have the contractual documents with regards to that, where there was this arrangement with the collateral.
Okay, the procurement system.
Yes.
Okay, the agreement.
Yeah,
the contract also.
Yes, the contract documents.
Property valuation.
No, the contract documents.
So this is the procurement. The contract you sign and the tender is signed for the water are different. You sign it, but the contract is different.
We have an interest in this area.
I'm pretty from experience. Contract you sign and the contract are different. The contract goes with one part. That's what I asked you to ask him. The collateral that you have with the guy, the valuation of the collateral, that's what you want to have, please. The collateral that you have with the
collateral arrangement.
Yes.
The valuation.
The valuation of the collateral.
Yes.
No, we have not got any valuation on the collateral.
There was no valuation report. Really?
It's a landed property, one landed property in Banjo, and at the time.
Was it valued?
Huh?
Was it valued?
No, we did not have any professional valuation on it. At the time, it was agreed that property in Banjo is more than the price that we have. It's a compound in Banjo just stated by Telegraph.
And how do you come to the conclusion that it's more than the price that is?
Because we're looking at the properties in Banjo generally, the size of that property in Banjo, how much is valued, what's valued. Because besides, even without valuation, you might not be able to make the exact value as to how much is it. But you know, it really covers for the amount that you're actually using. Because you know that compound is going to sell at less than $10 million.
Pardon?
So you can't sell that compound less than $10 million.
And what is the size of the compound?
Is the size of the compound?
Yes.
In value? It's not in value size. I think Then we can provide you with the list title and everything.
I think, Chairman, there isn't a way to look at here. Because, I mean, buying a property is not determined by the area of the company. The area can determine. But the selling point, at the time you are selling, the one buying, you can offer 10 million. I see I can only buy for $3 million. And if the one buying is I can only buy at $3 million, it's a problem. So that's why it has been valid before playing it against that advance. It's like before playing against the advance. Because when you play against the advance, you are sure that value can cover the advance. But now it's not valid. You didn't value it. Now if you want to sell, you only need the buyer and come and start offering price. If you offer $3 million as the highest buyer, they say at $3 million. So now you have lost more than $5 million.
No, but Honorable, I think you are not also obliged to sell to somebody who is offering less than the market price.
No.
It
That's what depends on the buyer.
If you
don't have a specific buyer, because once you are going to buy, we have to float it.
No.
It's not like you have a fixture, you have to float it and then two will come and float interest. Say I want. If anybody offers anything less than the market price, the corporation is not at the corporation is not at any conditions to say you have to buy at that condition.
Chairman, I have seen people taking money from banks, pledging properties less than what they have taken.
Yes.
And they know that at the end of the day, they don't care about their property anymore. They have got what they want and they are gone. Because it's the one what you are selling. If it values 10 million, you have taken 20 million, that's the mistake of the bank. But many banks have got they have got this problem before. When they give you a loan based on a collateral, after selling the property, you are not going to recover your debt. So, and then I think next time before a pledge is being made or a document is being placed, there must be a proper valuation. If they did the valuation and give you the cost, that's where you should pay and know where you are. But currently we don't know where we are.
Mr. Chair, what I want to say is, I think his point is very important. You know, in dealings like this, there has to be an expert, external valuation officer, to definitely go and do the right valuation, you know, by the dimension of the property, the location of the property and all that, to give clear justification as part the value of this land. Yes. But just to say it's located in Banjul at this point and this point at your own discretion, it's not that. He's talking to you about something. And this is our whole institution, our National Printing and Publishing Corporation is given a land as a valuation, as a collateral, and it has never been valued by either internal or external. Just at your discretion of the situation, the location and the dimension of the land, it shouldn't have been done. There has to be an expert, external valuation officer, to definitely do this for you. This is safe in the institution. And what he is talking about is definitely right. You can value, you can call the price of the land today, and people tell you, this is what I'm going to pay. But if it has been valued at the inception, at that point in time today, you would have known what would be the value today. Because this is what the value has been in 5-6 years ago. So what would be the value of it today? So all these things are some of the arrangements that are very critical. So I think we need to take note of these things and ensure that we avoid them completely. Such lands cannot be, collaterals cannot be given to the institution, and at the end of the day, we have not involved any expert, any external valuation office. I think we need to revisit the GPPC Act to look at, issues like this, because these are, issues that you are talking about. $10 million, $10 million worth of property has been given to your institution as a collateral, and it has not been valued by the external office, by the external valuation officer.
So the contract amount is 4.7 million.
It's 4.7 million, that's the contract amount. But
under this particular one is 4.7.
But I think this is very important to do this valuation. I can remember scenarios under the vehicle of one managing director of another public enterprise institution, and that involved an external valuation officer to definitely ascertain the value of the new property and the old property, so that you can do the trading against. So, but if that's not been done, it's definitely very, very difficult to ascertain the value of the property.
I think let's receive the contract from where we reside. It seems that is not wrong. I'm not too sure. But let's resume, yes. Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything to tell us now?
Well, I would like to thank you for the guidance. I think we have learned a lot from this committee. You have raised very pertinent issues, and as I have indicated in the proceedings, on hindsight, some of these issues, especially relating to the procurement of this contract, things could have been done differently, so that the corporation's interest is adequately protected. But these are things we have to learn from, and make sure that it doesn't reoccur in the future. We have also discussed a lot of issues which are bearing on the responsibility of government as the major shareholder of main shareholder, of GPPC, and to really help the institution. I think government needs to do a lot in terms of recapitalizing the corporation. And these are things that we have discussed at the board, and we hope to pursue them. And regarding some of those, the land that is in the books, the assets of the corporation, which is being underutilized, because all we have is on the store, with our machines, and then the rest of the land is being used by the university, and nothing is coming to GPPC. And with all these things, if they are properly resolved in favor of GPPC, at least that would be a good turnaround in terms of the fortunes of the corporation, and we could really, get back on the proper footing and try to, be financially viable. The auditors' query regarding the issue of the risk related to the ongoing as an ongoing concern. I think we are quite aware of that, and these are some of the things that can be, assist the corporation to become a viable and sustainable, organization. So we would definitely need the support of this committee and also the plenary of your, National Assembly. In the past, we had raised these issues with the previous committee. What we don't have usually are the feedbacks to the corporation in terms of how the National Assembly can assist us in making sure that we resolve some of these difficulties. We have highlighted a lot of difficulties that the corporation is facing, and the purpose of this really should be to see how the committee, and by extension the National Assembly as a whole, to assist the corporation to be able to become more financially viable. And we cannot do that. That cannot be done because it's difficult really to even retain staff, because we have seen that attrition rate is very high, and unless we can really motivate staff in terms of salary, in terms of enrollment, in terms of other motivations, we will not be able to retain the quality staff, and that will be a serious dent on the progress of the corporation. So really, we would expect a lot from this National Assembly to assist the corporation so that we can overcome some of this. Of course, a lot will depend on the role the board is playing. The board have to effectively play their role. But as a board, we have our limitations. And whatever we do, we also answerable to our shareholders, which is that's the government. And I think the shareholders are not represented by any better, institution than the National Assembly. So we want to count on your support so that we are able to resolve some of these difficulties that we are facing as an organization. Well, I thank you very much for your support.
You're welcome, Mr. Chairman. We are also very much happy having this engagement with you. really, in the other way around, we are very much saddened with regards to the issues we are confronted with. But as I made in my initial statement that the GPPC is an act of parliament, established on conditions. In fulfillment of those conditions is to address major problems confronting the citizens in this country. In the service provision aspect, as far as the government is concerned, you really performing in that area. But there are areas where there are gaps, and we need to, those gaps need to be bridged. Our doors are open. I think we need more vigorous engagement in this committee so as to be able to take up the challenges that we are confronted with, particularly with regards to the government, which is very, very key here. I think in our subsequent engagement, we'll be visiting the facilities and to see for ourselves what really obtained on the ground with regards to the bottleneck that you are also confronted with. For sure, our doors are open. We are partners in development. I think we cannot operate effectively without you people. So we have to look at it to make sure that we conduct this oversight, to make sure that we enhance your performance so that we'll attain value for money, and the entire Gambian taxpayers will be happy that the establishment of this particular institution is a right thing in the right direction. So on that note, we are also very much happy. We really appreciate our engagement. Truly speaking, the engagement has been very fruitful, and we have to be frank to one another. Anything that has been flagged is a major issue, and we have to take it seriously. That is why we will make sure that we go in for the recommendations. But I just want to remind you, just do everything humanly possible to submit the required requests, the reports we requested by 30th of September 2022. Yeah, I think by doing so we can start working on the issues with you. So on that note, I want to release you guys. First, I want to move a motion for us to adopt the reports. Any second now? It has been moved and seconded that we adopt the reports with recommendation. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Mr. Chair and the team with the external auditors, sorry for keeping you up to this late. So the exercise demand for it, because there are a lot of issues that need to be clarified before we take a decision on this. So, but thank God and the team, and we were able to strike a compromise. So, thank you so much.